What is going on, casuals? I am back again. I'm a little late to the party in terms of giving my uh reaction to the entirety of McGregor versus Holloway 2. But I figured, better late than never. There's all just because I didn't do it immediately doesn't mean I can't do it now. So I'm just gonna go through and really quickly give my thoughts and breakdowns on this entire card. Starting with Alessandro Costa versus Cody Durden. This fight went a little bit differently than expected. In the first round, it seemed like Cody Durden was kind of getting the better of these exchanges against Costa, but Costa stayed. Wasn't like hitting him, but he doesn't really have that much power. Can't really hurt people. And whenever later in the round when they started exchanging more, Costa was able to just be a little bit more explosive and damaging inside the pocket. I know he was able to cut Durden at one point. In the second round, I can't remember the scramble, but I think Cody Durden shoots, and in an exchange, Costa reverses and gets the back, and he starts fighting for that rear naked, and he just gets it. Cody Durden doesn't really have the the physical presence to beat a lot of these guys. He's a really good he's kind of like a good counter grappler. Against Alan Nascimento, he was doing really good because he he was able to prevent all takedowns from being stuffed, and he was kind of like pressuring back Nascimento and piecing him up on the front foot pretty well. And against Jafel Filo is a really like explosive grappler, but tires really quickly. So through just staying aggressive and keeping the exchanges short and pressuring, he was able to do that. But against a guy like Costa, who's not really that much of he doesn't really grapple. I mean, he can, but he's not his bread and butter. He's he's the flyweight Diego Lopez. They train together, and he's just like him. He's very explosive. He's very powerful with his hands. Good chopping low kicks, and against Durden, that's kind of his kryptonite with his chin. And when you have someone like Durden, where you get him shooting for the sake of avoiding the stand up, it leaves him open. So Alessandro Costa, great win, great performance. He's looking the best he's ever looked in his career, and I can't wait to see what's next for him. Next up, Zachary Reese versus Ryan Gondra. I like Zachary Reese. I think he is a very good fighter. I think he's pretty fun. I really do. I think his fight with Michelle Pereira was fun. His against Jackson McVeigh was fun. When he fucking just beat up on the Bolivian dude, Jose Medina, right? That was fun. Never fucking slimes out Julian Marquez in like 20 seconds. Like, I like him. I think he's a fun fighter. But Ryan Gondry has that fucking he has that old timey fucking smoking Joe Frazier ass style. All right, he was ducking his head a lot. He was throwing big, like wide shots, and eventually, like early on into the round, he gets Zachary to bite on what might be a body jab, and he just fucking leaps in with this like giant looping left hook while Reese parried and his hand is down, and he fucking just slimes him out. I mean, absolutely sick fight. Not sick fight. Absolutely sick performance. All right, he looked good. He's very explosive. He's very powerful. Honestly, he's a lot better than I thought. I thought when I saw him on the Contender Series, I was like, this guy's just a fat blob, low-key. He's kind of just like he kind of looks like a tubby blob. Almost reminds me of like Bruno Ferreira. before Bruno Ferreira like locked in and got like abs and shit. This is kind of what he reminds me of, but shit, he's real nasty with his hands. He's got real sick boxing. I mean, honest truth, Ryan Gaunther and Damian Pinas, compared to these other prospects at 185 like Gautier and Susarkayev and who else? Even if you want to throw in like a Dante Johnson, like these guys haven't really fought anyone good. I think Zachary Reese and Cesar Almeida are better than anyone that Gautier and Susarkayev fought. So great win. I'm hyped to see what's next for him. I'm hyped. I'm low key looking when I see Ryan Gaunther fight. I'm like, okay, this guy might be that motherfucker. Next up, Farid Basharat versus John Garza. John Garza looked so good. He looked really good. I thought it was 1-1 going into the third. Now, early on, Basharat was kind of like piecing him up with the jab and the leg kick, landing good right hands. But John Garza, he's got a chin on him. He's explosive. He's strong. And the dude can box. And he'll rip to that body and he'll hurt people. But Basharat just was able to use the experience. All right, in round 1, he edged it out. I thought round 2, John Garza would kind of beat his ass. I don't know how anyone scores that 30-27. I thought that was 29-28 at best. But in the third round, when it looks like John Garza is just getting the better of him and on the verge of maybe possibly finishing Basharat or getting a decision, Basharat's able to get a takedown and he starts doing good work on top. And he just edges out another decision against a level of competition that he should be clearly beating. So, I mean, if you look at his career, it's just never that impressive. I mean, he beat Damon Blackshear, Clayton Rodriguez, Taylor Lapilus, Victor Hugo, Chris Gutierrez, John Matsumoto, John Garza, but all of these guys make it close with him. They make it competitive. They give him things to think about. I mean, he's just not all that. I think Ethan Ewing would have pieced him up and fucking done terrible things to him. I mean, good win from Basharat. It's the end of his contract. I hope they re-sign him. Because when you have someone like this, who is what? Let's see how many wins he has in the UFC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, when you have someone like this, who's on a 7-fight win streak in the UFC, and has been doing real good in your promotion like this, you don't just get rid of him. You got to keep him around. You got to keep him around. And you got to, like, if your plan is to get rid of him anyways, at least, like, Ethan Ewing clearly says he still wants this fight. Wait till Ethan Ewing is all healed up, and then do Ethan Ewing versus Farid Basharat. And we'll see what happens. At least, if they're going to get rid of Basharat, wait till after someone beats him. Low key, if you're gonna do that, wait till the last second, like let someone pull out, and I don't know, let Peter Yan fucking just like beat him up for like 6 rounds or some shit. 5 rounds, I mean. Like, oh, O'Malley got injured. Who are we gonna have to step in on 5 days notice? Hey, Basharat, you wanna do it? I mean, number 15 is gonna turn down a title shot? Hell no. I think that'd be funny. It's probably never gonna happen. I think that'd be really funny if it did, though. It'd be like TJ Dillashaw versus Joe Soto, and where he just beats the shit out of Basharat. But it was an okay win, okay performance. Just Not that impressive. Never really that impressed with Farid Basra, and I think Ethan Ewing would beat him. Moving on to someone I was impressed with. Damian Penis. This was looking like a good fight. This was a real good fight while it lasted. Cesar Almeida was kind of doing his thing for most of the fight, and it was looking like it was going to be a Cesar Almeida, like, just kind of outclassing on the feet, where he was just prodding at Damian Penis. He was getting him with the leg kick and the body kick. His jab seemed to be landing well. The two seemed to be landing. But later on, as the round started to progress, you could tell Penis started finding his timing a little better. He was struggling with the body kicks and the leg kicks, but eventually he would be able to. He would take a leg kick, but he would time a left hook after. I remember early in the round he timed a good left hook, and he kind of got the attention of Cesar Almeida with a good left hook. And after, I think, a body kick from Almeida, he threw a real long combination that didn't really hurt Almeida, but he was catching Almeida with the end of all of his punches. Kind of just finding his range. And eventually he found the timing off of the leg kick. And when Almeida goes to throw the leg kick, he blocks and he just fucking shoots the right hand straight from the shoulder, right down the pipe. There was no fucking looping. It was just straight down the pipe, and he just fucking slumps Almeida. Just slumped him out cold. Almeida kind of, he turning over, but the Penis is just standing over, trying to not throw the last shot. I mean, shit, crazy good performance from him. I said this myself. I think Damian Penis and Ryan Gondra would be a sick fight. I really do. I think that'd be a nasty prospect fight. So, listen, UFC. If you see that, they're both 10-1. They're both coming off back-to-back knockouts in the UFC. Both fought a can in their debut, and then fought someone actually pretty decent in their next fight. So, let me know what you guys think, but I think this would be a pretty sick fight. Great win from Pinas. Looks sharp. He's fast, and now we really know he's got real nasty power. Because Kopylov dropped Cesar Almeida, but Almeida was able to, stay with it. And what's his face? Abdul Razak Al Hassan dropped him, but he was able to stay with it and stay within himself. But Nas fucking slumped him out with a single straight right. Real sick performance. Nasty power. I want to see what's next. Next up, Tracy Cortez versus Wang Kong. This fight kind of went exactly how I expected. Tracy Cortez couldn't really do anything with the grappling, and it was just Wang Kong piecing her up. Beat her up to the legs, beat her up to the body, pieced her up on the feet. She got a point deduction in the second round because she threw an illegal knee because Cortez was still on one knee. I hate that rule. I think that's a stupid rule. I just think it's a position where people are allowed to stall the action just to recover and get back to their feet and prevent them from getting really damaged. But I get it. It was definitely illegal. Definitely deserved to get the point deduction, but I mean Cortez fought through it, but for not because Wang Kong just still pieced her up. I like Wang Kong. She's got impressive fights. She's quite impressive, I think. She's now 5-1 in the UFC. I think she's real good. I like her. It seems like she's got some decent power on the feet. She can go out there and she can land clean shots. She's got a nasty leg kick. She mixes up really well. I think she's quite good. And it seems like she's actually got a pretty decent chin. Even though she got rocked and dropped and put out by Gabriela Fernandez. I mean, she got hit with a head kick. So, I think if she doesn't get, I think in that fight against Fernandez, she was eating big shots before that, but when she gets hit by a head kick and then gets hit with a straight right, yeah, it might stun you a bit, and it might drop you. But against Cortez, she was eating decent shots. She was getting hit with clean shots, and she was just walking through them. I'd say she's got a good chin. She's got real good striking. I'd say Booker versus Jasmine Jasdavicius. That's what I think. But good performance. Tracy Cortez was kind of never all that. Let's be real. She never was, but yeah. Next up, Falcon Luke Riley, lad. I can't do the accent. I'm not gonna try and do it again. It was stupid. Uh, this was a sick fight while it lasted too. This was similar to Panas versus Almeida. It was a real sick fight while it lasted. It looked like early on Kai Kamaka was actually giving him trouble. Was actually like winning a lot of the exchanges. It seemed like Luke every time Luke Riley would jab, Kai Kamaka would slip off to the side and get him with a good check left hook. He was chopping away with that low kick real well, but Luke Riley began to find the timing. He started Luke throwing hooks in combination, landed a real nasty two-piece to the body at one point. You could fucking hear it. It was nasty. But eventually Kai Kamaka slips up for just a second, and Luke Riley times him perfectly with a right hand over the top of his jab and rocks him real bad. Sits Kai Kamaka down. He kind of shoots for a takedown and gets back up. But Riley just fucking unloads against the cage, and I thought it was an early stoppage. I definitely thought Kai Kamaka was still with it enough because he was rolling and blocking and somewhat moving. He was eating shots, but he wasn't eating like the big shots. He was still rolling and moving, clinching. The referee had to pry him away from Luke Riley while he was clinching. I think it was I think it was definitely an early stoppage. But I think Luke Riley would have won anyways. He was looking real nasty, looking sick out there. Very impressive. I'd like to see him take a step up now, maybe against like someone like a Nathaniel Wood, like Yo Anderson Brito. Uh, who else would be a good one? I had like four names I thought would be good. Hold on, let me find it. Ba 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 ba. Maybe like a Myron Santos. That would be a sick fight. Nathaniel Luke Riley versus Myron Santos. What do you guys think? I think that'd be sick. But yeah. Oh my god, I don't know why I'm blanking so hard. Great performance from Luke Riley. I'd like to see him get a step up. Maybe a hot take. I think him versus Vallejos would be a real good like pay-per-view fight. Luke Riley versus Kevin Vallejos, maybe on the same card of like Ilya Taporia versus Paddy Pimblett on a pay-per-view card. Would that? I think that would be a real sick fight. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, moving on. Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. Uh, Adrian Yanez slimes him out in one round. Cody Garbrandt started off real fast, pressure him against the cage with a big combination, blitzed him hard, but that's just what Cody Garbrandt always does. Just always has a blitz, always has a big blitz one round. Uh, but Yanez stays composed, and in these exchanges, Yanez is able to find his timing. Yanez eventually clips him with like a big right hook that definitely gets his attention, but Cody Garbrandt eats it pretty well. He eats it pretty fucking well. But eventually he catches him again right on the temple, stuns Cody Garbrandt bad, and as Cody Garbrandt kind of goes to clinch up, Yanez just kind of like he literally like he times him with like a good like left hook, and then as Garbrandt starts falling down, he lands like a fucking like 4-punch combination where it all connects clean on the way down, and Garbrandt just goes like face first. Sick knockout from Yanez. I mean, shit, the dude, he's fucking nasty. Yanez is nasty. He's very improved. Looks good. I mean, shit. I'd like to see him fight. In my opinion, if he fought like a maybe like a Bernardo Sopai, because he's coming off back-to-back wins. He beat Ricky Simone. He should be 19-6. He pieced up Ricky Simone. Pretty much knocked him out in the third round. Slimes out Cody Garbrandt in the first round. I mean, he's starting to build his way back up, and I'm very impressed. I'd like to see him stay active. I'd like to see him fight in maybe like September. And if he gets another first round knockout, maybe one in December. I'd like to see him stay active, continue his momentum. I mean, at this point, he's not really young no more. He's 32. He's got to take advantage with all the time he's got. So, great win from Adrian Yanez. I'm looking forward. Except Gable Stevenson versus Elijah Ellison. Gable Stevenson is I mean, he beat the shit out of Elijah Ellison, but it just wasn't that impressive. Like, I'll say he's fast. He's not got crazy power. He's very explosive. He's very fast. He's actually got pretty good kicks to the body. But Elijah Ellison, he shoots one takedown. Elijah Ellison kind of just shucks it off and sprawls it real hard. Just absolutely just shucks him off of a takedown. Gable Stevenson does what he's supposed to do against someone like Elijah Ellison, just beats the shit out of him, finishes him immediately, but it wasn't anything crazy impressive. Didn't really do anything special. This is definitely a kind of guy that the UFC would push real hard. In terms of him fighting someone else outside the rankings, I don't know who else he would fight. Maybe like Orion Span, like a Vitor Petrino. No, Vitor Petrino is booked against Sergey Spivak. Like a Ryan Span, Thomas Peterson, maybe. I mean, there's just not many good options for Gable, because maybe he fights like a Mick Parkin. I don't know. Mick Parkin hasn't fought in a while. Maybe he fights Mick Parkin. Maybe like Marcin Tabora he fights. No, Marcin Tabora. I mean, this is the kind of guy that they're gonna probably push. So they either give him one more fight and then they just give him like someone ranked, or they give him someone ranked immediately, to which it would probably be Marcin Tabora. But just not really all that impressive. I'd like to see him fight maybe like a Ryan Span or Vitor Petrino outside the rankings. Like a Kennedy Nzechukwu, someone who's, not crazy good, but a bigger, more athletic, and more skilled heavyweight. All three of those guys were light heavyweights who moved up, and they're big heavyweights. They're like 250 pounds, and they were fighting at 205. I like to see him fight one of those guys. But let's see what's next. Nikita Krylov versus Robert Whittaker. I fucking hate the commentary. It was so dog shit. Because by the way they were talking, you would think that Robert Whittaker was literally just fat, out of shape, and gassed out. Whitaker literally didn't throw a single strike to the body or the legs. That's kind of crazy. I don't. But he pieced up Nikita Krylov, in my opinion. The first round was a little tricky because Krylov did just kind of rush at him, throwing these like big kicks and strikes, but Whitaker was able to pretty much stuff all the takedowns, get back up immediately when Krylov shot, and he pieced Krylov up. He was able to time Krylov, slip to the inside, just piece him up. He was staying well within himself. He didn't look gassed. I mean, he looked like he had he didn't look as lean, but he's fighting at 205. He still looked lean. He still had abs. He looked a little bit smaller, but he was piecing up Krylov, jabbing him up. He was jabbing him up. He was landing these sick combinations clean on Krylov's chin. Krylov doesn't move his head. And in the third round, Robert Whitaker lands a clean right hand and he just fucking shatters Nikita Krylov's jaw. He shatters his jaw and Krylov just quits against the cage. Whitaker literally gets a finish in the Big 26 at light heavyweight. He's sick. I was very impressed. He looks real good at light heavyweight. I'm very impressed with him. I think this should have been well, I was gonna say I think this should have been on the main card, but the main card was actually sick as fuck. This was a good main card fight. This was a good main card fight. This was a good main card fight. But yeah, sick performance from Whitaker. You know, maybe give him Mirzakhanov. Mirzakhanov just fought Costa. Maybe, I don't know. I want to see how Mirzakhanov does against someone like I want to see how Robert Whitaker does against someone like Mirzakhanov, who's, you know, a very fast and powerful light heavyweight. I mean, Costa was able to deal with him because Costa's got a granite chin. He's got real nasty kicks to the leg and the body. But Whitaker beat Costa, and he was able to fucking beat the shit out of Costa's legs. So I'd like to see him fight like a Mirzakhanov. Maybe he fights a Volkan Oezdemir. Maybe he fights a Dominic Reyes. I think that'd be a sick fight. But yeah, great win from Whitaker. I can't wait to see what's next. Next up, we got King. I'm not calling him. We got Bobby Green versus Terrence McKinney. I can't believe I almost just called him King for a second. That's fucking stupid. Classic Terrence McKinney fight. Terrence McKinney early on is low-key beating the shit out of Bobby Green. He's very fast. It's a lot harder for Green to get the timing, but Green's definitely finding the mark with some of these shots, but eventually Terrence McKinney literally just fucking boom digs a left hook to the body. And you can see it like really sink in and kind of affect Green a little. And then fucking just like sinks in like 4 more of them. And eventually and Green is clearly bothered by it, and he's just kind of like sticking against the fence, trying to do his best to move. And he shoots on Green. And he gets it real easy, progresses positions real quickly. I mean, his grappling is very good, Terrence McKinney. He's got very good grappling. But when he gets on there, he fucking starts beating the shit out of Bobby Green. And I'm thinking to myself, fucking shit. It's going to be a Terrence McKinney fluke. He's going to do it. He's actually just going to beat the shit out of Green and finish him in 1 round. But Green stays composed. He stays moving. He eventually gets his way back up to where they're kind of sitting against the fence with Terrence McKinney having his back. And you know, Bobby Green starts working. He starts throwing a little like doing a Volk to Makhachev. He literally did what Volk did to Makhachev, except it's Bobby Green and Terrence McKinney. He's like, where Volk is like talking shit while he's like, come on. Bobby Green literally is like, every punch he throws to Terrence McKinney, he's like, bitch, 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 bitch. We got 1 minute, bitch. I'm like, what the I'm like, holy shit, dude. Christ, Green is not fucking happy. Green eventually finds a scramble, he spins out, gets back up. He's pressuring Terrence McKinney, and he throws this hook to the body that kind of just glances off the elbow, and Terrence McKinney just crumbles. Terrence McKinney gassed out and he crumbled, and Bobby Green finished him at the very end of round one. It was a one-round war. He rallied real hard for the finish, and he gets it in round one. Crazy good performance from Bobby Green. He's been on a finishing streak lately. He's coming off 3 finishes in a row, 4 wins in a row total. Very impressive performance. I think, personally, that there's not many good options for him. He's kind of in a weird spot. He's in a spot where he shouldn't fight outside the rankings, but there's not many good people for him to fight in the rankings. I think the best option inside the rankings for him, maybe Beneil Dariush. Maybe you give him like a Renato Moicano. I think that would be a pretty sick fight. You give him like Renato Moicano. I think that would be fun. But he's kind of in a weird position, but I think he should get someone ranked. This is the best he's looked in his career. This is the best win streak he's been on in his entire career, besides when he got into the UFC. I think we can literally fact check that in real time. Yeah, before this, the best win streak, 3 in a row, 2 in a row, 3 in a row, 1 win. If we go to the beginning of his career, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, shit. I mean, he's looked real good. And the win streak he's on now is better than the one he was on in the beginning of his career. I mean, he's fucking beat the shit and slumped Daniel Zellhuber. I mean, he's knocked out Grant Dawson in 30 seconds. That's pretty impressive. He submits Jeremy Stephens in 1 round, finishes Terrence McKinney in the first. He's impressive. He's on a great win streak. I'd say give him someone ranked. Next up, Brandon Royval versus Lonair Kavanaugh. Absolute cinema. Sick fight. It seems like in the first round, Brandon Royval is actually just going to cruise and piece him up to a decision because he's jabbing him up. You know, Kavanaugh can't really find his range very well. He's not really responding. He's just eating the jabs, not moving his head. Royval is doing a real good job of just keeping him right at the end of his punches, just piecing him up. Starts shooting for takedowns. He gets him down, I think, at the end of the first, was it? And he starts elbowing the shit out of him, beating him up. But, you know, Kavanaugh stays composed. He does well to stuff some of them and get back to his feet. Good. Brandon Royval takes the first round clear. Second round, Royval starts getting a little bit more aggressive. He throws it, and I was kind of looking at it and the way he fights, I'm like, if he throws a 2, I feel like Lonair could like slip off to the side and counter with his own right hook. And it fucking happens. I was like, holy shit. Am I fucking an incredible predictor? Is he gonna get the knockout the way I'm thinking? He drops him real bad, stuns him hard. But Royval stays composed off of his back. He does well moving off of his back. Gets up. Kavanaugh starts throwing these big elbows in the clinch. Fucking saying one of them landed real hard to the back of the head, and Royval just tanked it. Eventually, Royval finds another takedown at the end of the round. I think that's when he starts elbowing the shit out of him. He starts beating the shit out of him as he gets a takedown at the end of the second, or sometime in the second, and starts really, really pulling ahead. But great win. Not a great one. Great round for Loner Kavanaugh. Third starts and Royval starts going at him. Starts really going at him, finding the mark, and eventually Kavanaugh tries to step in for a counter, and Royval catches him clean with a left hook and rocks him. And as Royval starts to chase him, and try to get a finish and possibly TKO him, Kavanaugh starts swinging back hard, and he catches him with his own left hook, and he rocks Royval, stumbles him backwards. But eventually, Royval finds the takedown again, and this time he's able to progress a hell of a lot quicker. And when he does, man, he starts progressing quick. He gets the back real quick. He starts looking for the arm triangle first, but when he finds that back, he gets that choke, and he forces Kavanaugh to tap. It was a sick fight. Sick fight. Absolute cinema fight. Entire main card was sick as fuck, but great win from Royval. Looked good. Nether prospect taken. Very impressive. I think he should fight Aslam Labayev next. I think he could beat Almabayev. That's the type of fight he wins. But we'll see what's next for him. And oh yeah, great one from Royval. Shit. That's why Joshua Van's the GOAT. Next up, Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Baptista. Honestly, great win from Batista. It sucks. I picked Corey Sandhagen. I did shit on the main card, by the way. I actually swept the prelims. I got every single prelim fight right. I got King Green right, and then I got this wrong, I got this wrong, and I got this wrong. I got the Royval, Batista, and Patty fight wrong. All wrong. But Mario Batista versus Corey Sandhagen. It looks like for the first round that Corey Sandhagen is actually just going to piece up Mario Batista. Batista can't really get his takedowns all that well. He can't really find the range too well. I mean, it looks like Corey Sandhagen is just kind of like piecing him up and tagging him up. He outlands Batista in the first round pretty clearly. At the end of the first, Batista gets in some weird leg entanglement, gets him in some sort of like Suloyev stretch for a minute, and gets like a leg lock, and he fucking shreds Sandhagen's knee. And you can see him limp back to his cage, back to his corner. But even then, in the second round, it looks like Corey's doing decent on the feet. He doesn't seem to be he seems to be still there, staying his ground despite limping. Take notes, Conor. Take notes, McGregor. He stands his ground pretty well. But in that third round is when it really the tide flips, and Mario Batista drops him, fucking pounces on him. The knockdown's enough to secure the win, and I think the judges gave him that first round based off of the fact that he just shredded his knee, and you could see the damage. So great win from Mario Batista. I think there's only a couple options for him. I think he either gets a title shot, fights Sean, fights Umar, or no, not Umar. He fights Sean, he fights Merab, or he fights the winner of Song versus Umar. I think the two most likely outcomes are him fighting Merab or him fighting the winner of Song versus Umar. Actually, not the winner. I think if Song Yadong wins, he fights Song Yadong if he beats Umar. But if not, I think the most likely outcome is him fighting Merab. But great win from Batista. He looks good. I'm very impressed. Not a blob victory. Next up, Benoit Saint-Denis versus Paddy Pimblett. I picked Benoit. I picked Sandhagen. I picked Kavanaugh. Uh, Benoit is disabled, sick in the head. The fight starts fast. They're kind of just throwing at each other. Not much happens on the feet early. Benoit throws like a big head kick and then he fucking shoots. Just keep it simple. He shoots. Paddy threatens a guillotine. Benoit, he kind of latches it up, and Benoit like falls to his back and starts rolling, scrambling, and Paddy eventually locks up the Darce choke. And he's finding it, and he sits back into it. He like literally sits down into it, and there's like a photo showing like his squeeze, like how hard he was, like you could see his face while he's squeezing. And fucking shit, dude. He fucking he submits Benoit in round one in under a minute. I mean, shit. He's fucking elite with his grappling. He's a big guy. He does well in the defensive positions on the grappling. I mean, shit, dude. Gaethje's win is aging really fucking well. A sick performance from Paddy. Looked real fucking good. I mean, damn, he just fucking puts him out immediately. His front choke game is really elite, and it was stupid of Benoit to try and shoot in like that. Against guys like Oliveira or Paddy, you cannot just shoot in on them with takedowns like that. With your head up on the outside, just waiting to get guillotined. Because, I mean, Armin fucking, he's a way more elite grappler and got way more elite jiu-jitsu defense than Benoit. And Oliveira was putting him in precarious positions and getting him in guillotines and darces and triangles. And I think Paddy is similar level in just terms of pure jiu-jitsu. Maybe not with the wrestling. Is it raining? Sounds like it's raining. Sorry. But he's elite. He doesn't have the wrestling of an Oliveira, but he sure as hell has similar jiu-jitsu, and fucking hell, he showed it. Just subbed Benoit in a single round. And Benoit has as solid jiu-jitsu himself. He has real good grappling himself. But I mean, shit, that's very impressive. Moving on to the main event. This is the most anticlimactic main event of the year. Conor McGregor blows his knee out in one round, and Max Holloway gets a victory. I was rooting for Max. I picked him, but it was the worst possible way to win. No one wants to win like that. And if you want to see McGregor lose, you sure as hell don't want to see him lose like that. Because what happens? He freak injury. He's sitting there clean, just goes to rehab his ankle, doesn't have to like recover his face. I mean, and if you want to see Holloway win, you don't want to see him win like that. It's just a terrible, terrible outcome. I see some people saying, oh, we should get refunded. No, you shouldn't. Shouldn't get refunded because shit like this happens. It's a sport. It is a combat sport. You're putting your body under extreme stress, and sometimes when you're old and you're doing shit like drugs and roids, the type of roids that cause ligament issues, that make it the type of roids that cause your muscles to develop faster than your ligaments can, making it easier to tear a ligament, then these types of things are a very good possibility. People know that. People know that McGregor, has had leg injuries in the past, and it wasn't a chance. It wasn't a possibility that we really thought of, but it was a possibility the entire time. And this type of thing happens. It happens. So it's a terrible, terrible turn of events. Nobody wants to see it, but in terms of what's next for Holloway, it's not many options. I mean, maybe a Gaethje rematch. Maybe he fights like Paddy or Armin. He maybe fights. Uh, I mean, what else? I mean, what else is possibly there for him? Maybe like a Mauricio Rufy, but there's not really many good options for him next. So terrible way to for the terrible main event, terrible ending to a fantastic card, but it is what it is. As Max would say, it is what it is, brother. But it's not the way. It's not the type of thing you didn't want to. You want to say it is what it is too. It's terrible, but you know, things happen in the sport. But it absolutely terrible outcome. Let me know what you guys think down below. What your thoughts is. What's next for McGregor? But yeah, you hate to see it, and yeah. See y'all later. Peace.